Hello everyone, welcome to a new series I'm starting here on the channel called Warzone News. Here we're going to be going over every single patch note and hotfix to every update that Raven Software makes to Warzone. And today in particular, we're going to be going over the newest update that came through on May 7th. Overall, in my opinion, Raven Software has killed it with this new update. They've been doing a much better job than they have been recently. They've addressed some more of the issues Warzone has been having with overall time to kill, and they've again emphasized its willingness and goal to raise the skill cap, which encourages people to get better at the game, and encourages even more competitive tournaments as well. Now, on to the gameplay updates. So, as we all know very, very well, the Street Sweeper should never have been in ground loot. I don't know who approved that, but they should be fired. The shotgun is just way too good to be in ground loot, especially at the start of the game when no one has plates on. No one really likes turning a corner and getting absolutely demolished by someone camping in the corner with just a ground loot gray Street Sweeper. Thankfully, the Street Sweeper has now had the following changes to in-game spawning. The common variant has been removed from ground loot. The uncommon variant has been removed from ground loot. The rare variant has been removed from supply boxes, and the epic variant has also been removed from supply boxes. So, in general, the Street Sweeper should no longer be spawning in ground loot or supply boxes, thankfully. In the Street Sweeper's place, the Howler has now been added in ground loot with a common and uncommon variant, and a rare variant has been added in supply boxes. The Howler is nowhere near as powerful as the Street Sweeper, but may still be effective in close quarters at the beginning of games in the right hands. A welcome change to ground loot in Warzone, in my opinion, as no one liked facing the Street Sweeper with one plate on. On to bug fixes. Since the new map has made its way onto the Warzone scene a short time ago, emphasis on new map. There has been several spots in Verdansk where you can get underneath the map. Some pretty notable locations were the hospital, the stadium, and train station. From there, you can shoot at and kill people from underneath the map without players being able to return fire, thus giving you a very obvious edge against your opponents. Raven Software has been looking into investigating and fixing these problem areas and seem to have done so, with further spots being fixed in this update as well. I know that there are still some left. I've seen them myself. There's no notable locations that it happens at. I think there's a couple spots still left in farmland, but hopefully they fix this soon. Additionally, they have fixed a bug causing the player models to load at a very low resolution inside the cockpit of the helicopter before players were able to fly into the game. This seems to be a very small issue, but one that is welcomed nonetheless. And last but not least, there seemed to be some bug with the Cold War AK-47, FARA 83, the XM4, and the RPD, where the ADS move speed and movement speed were being decreased instead of increased with the tactical and SAS combat / Spetsnaz stocks, rather than being increased. I personally did not know that this bug existed, but for those of you that have been having this issue, this is now fixed. Now for the weapon balancing that everyone has been waiting for. With Season 3's launch, Raven Software did a weapon balancing at that time and hinted at possibly nerfing the AMAX and a few other weapons to increase the skill gap and force players to win with skill, not win with cheap tactics and cheesy guns. With this new update, it seems that they've followed up on their promise. The following weapons have now had changes to them that we'll be going over. The CR56 AMAX, the FARA 83, the Street Sweeper, the Bullfrog, and the PBSH41 have all had changes to them. For the AMAX, the minimum damage has been decreased from 32 to 31 in Warzone only. It does not apply to multiplayer. With a very good damage profile, locational multipliers, and manageable recoil for skilled players, the AMAX was a very reliable and strong long-range option in the AR category. According to Raven Software, this change has now reduced to the AMAX's fastest minimum damage TTK by about 17%, which helps shore up the overall TTK for Warzone even more. The AMAX is now no longer the heralded king of Warzone anymore. One could very well run almost any option they want at the AR position and feel most comfortable with it, in my opinion. For the FARA 83, the headshot multiplier has decreased from 1.5 to 1.35, and base ADS move speed has now been decreased by 7%. With this change, I believe Raven Software is trying to encourage more exploration in the SMG category by helping to nerf some of the ARs in close ranges where SMGs should dominate out. As part of Raven Software's efforts to increase the overall TTK in Warzone, they have reduced the FARA 83's fastest TTK by 16.6%. These are all very good changes coming to Warzone in my opinion, and should foster more exploration in the SMG category and an overall exploration of other long-range options in general. For the Street Sweeper, the Street Sweeper's base hip fire spread has been increased, recoil has been increased slightly, and ADS speed has been reduced slightly as well. The Street Sweeper, even in stock form, is dangerously versatile and able to suit a wide array of playstyles that favor a barrel stuffing attitude. This nerf should assist players facing the Street Sweeper by allowing skilled players to have more time to react when being engaged. So I was not a huge fan of the Bullfrog when it was first introduced to Warzone, but apparently the Bullfrog has become very potent in the right hands. This gun has had one of the fastest TTKs of any gun in the game because of its ridiculously high headshot multiplier. The Bullfrog has now been changed in the following ways. Maximum damage decreased from 34 to 32, maximum damage range has been increased by 11%, and the base move speed increased by 1%. Sprint out speed increased by 13%. So in some ways they've nerfed the Bullfrog by decreasing the damage that it may put out, but they've also buffed the Bullfrog by allowing it a better movement speed and giving it a little bit more damage at range. I think the trade-off is very fair with this one. For the PBSH41, the maximum damage range has been increased by 4% and the open bolt delay has been decreased by 80%. Adding this into the list of nerfs to the FARA, the AMAX, and the Cold War stocks that allowed all of the ARs to achieve faster strafe speed than any submachine guns, the community can really see that Raven Software is working hard to achieve a fair TTK overall in Warzone, while allowing people to explore new guns and new methods of running through the streets of Verdansk or the cells of Rebirth Island, especially when it comes to the SMG category. These changes are very healthy and positive in the grand scheme of Warzone itself, in my opinion. Raven Software has mentioned multiple times that they've been looking to raise the overall TTK in Warzone while promoting the skill gap that before now has been almost non-existent. There are very good players in Warzone and very, very bad players. Up until this new update, those players have been almost identical in terms of performance in the game itself, due to the extremely low TTK and ability to use guns that would be dangerously effective even in the worst of hands. This promotion of the skill gap is a very encouraging sign to the future of Warzone itself and its ability to compete against other games and companies, both in terms of casual players and in competitive gameplay. I believe Raven Software is absolutely killing it at this time. But please let me know what you think of Raven Software's newest changes to Warzone and how you feel about the future of this game and Call of Duty itself. Also, for those of you that are sniper freaks like me, you might want to keep an eye on Cold War snipers in the next few weeks. Raven Software has hinted at a possible new attachment for Cold War snipers that would be the equivalent to, in their words, an immensely popular Modern Warfare sniper attachment. So we may be seeing something similar to a TAC laser or different attachment that offers the same ADS speed increase, which would definitely push the Cold War snipers into a bigger tier, possibly even equal to Modern Warfare snipers at this time. Before now, as we've all known, the Modern Warfare snipers have been a tier above the Cold War snipers for some reason. Even if they perform identical, there's still something about the Cold War snipers that a lot of veterans of Warzone just don't really enjoy. There's something very odd about them. So hopefully we'll be seeing something come to Warzone that helps the Cold War snipers perform better against the Modern Warfare snipers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to smash that like button, hit the sub button, and ring the noti bell for me. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope to see you in the next one.